When it comes to the sale of beer in Ontario, I'm here to announce that the status quo is over and that the days of monopoly are done. Beer will be sold in our province's grocery stores, and we have a new agreement with the beer store to serve consumers even better. And make no mistake about it, this is the biggest shake-up to the sale of beer in Ontario since we repealed prohibition in this province, and that was in 1927.
Isn't it cute how Ontario thinks they're treating its citizens like adults on beer? I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. Well, the big announcement already foretold ahead of the budget is that Ontario will soon allow beer to be sold in big grocery stores like the one behind me. I mean, forget about beer and wine in corner stores and definitely not spirits, but we will be able to buy beer at the big grocery stores, but only 6-packs. This is being treated as if it's some revolution, even though in most of the country that's been happening for decades. Here in Quebec, they've had beer in corner stores, in grocery stores for years. And it's not just 6-packs, it's 6-packs, it's singles, it's 12-packs, it's 24s, it's 28s, it's 48s, it's 51s, it's 60s. Kegs, everything. And you know what? The prices are quite often cheaper as well. I mean, this is because while Quebec is a socialist workers' paradise in so many ways, when it comes to the issue of beer, they actually have a lot closer to a free market than we do have in the rest of Canada. I mean, can you actually believe that Sleeman's, which is an Ontario brewery, yes, I know it's owned by Sapporo, the big Japanese conglomerate, and that they're part owners of the beer store, but I've been told that Sleeman's has an easier time getting shelf space in Quebec than they do in Ontario. Why? Because of this free market experimentation that they have, where a brewer can go into a place like Super C, or they can go into the local corner store and offer them a deal in exchange for shelf space. It works out well for the brewery, it works out well for the store owner, and it works out well for the consumer. Ontario says part of the reason for the way they're bringing this about, including extra rules for how beer can be sold and what beer must be sold, is to help small brewers, craft brewers. Well, you know what also would help that? The free market, like they have in Quebec, where despite claims that allowing free sale of beer and wine would hurt the little guy, in Quebec, you can find craft beer, you can find imports, you can find the big brands. It's all there for you, and if the store you're in doesn't have what you want, you can go down the street. Here in Ontario, it's going to become the big grocery chains, the beer store monopoly, and of course, the government monopoly, the LCBO. Because while Kathleen Wynn says she's doing this with the beer and grocery stores to break up a monopoly, and she doesn't like monopolies, she's not giving up her monopoly on the sale of liquor or her stranglehold on the sale of wine. This is hypocrisy at its best, and really it's also crony capitalism, because look at who gets a stake in this. It's the big grocery chains, probably good donors to the Ontario Liberal Party. It's the beer store. They get to keep most of their business, and in return they have promised to invest $100 million in store upgrades. And it's the government. Everyone gets a cut, everyone gets a play, and the consumer still gets hosed.